Hey there, grade 5. This is Mr. B, and we're just going to quickly go over this test review. Hopefully, you've already given this a bit of a shot by yourself already, so this will just be to quickly check some of your answers, right? Just to see how everything is going. So, the first question here is converting from dollar notation to cent notation. Note, $1 is equal to 100 cents. So, we're just going to do A here. So $5.32. What does this convert into? Well, so we know that $5 is equal to 500 cents, and this 32 extra is 32. They're basically 32 cents. So you end up with 532 cents. So right behind the decimal, you have 32 hundredths of a dollar, right? And that turns out to be cents, right? So it's pretty simple conversion. Then just for D, I might just quickly do this one. All you're doing here is you're dividing by 100. Now, the way you can think about this simply is that you're basically going to put the decimal right there. The decimal is hiding here, and when you divide by 10, right, the decimal jumps one space over, and then it goes over here 2 spaces. Right, so what you're basically going to end up with is $18.67. So, or $18, yeah, $18.67. So if you need to review this again, maybe just go and check that out a little bit better. Okay, value of currency. I'm not going to go into this much, just to see here quickly. A quarter is worth 25 cents. A dime is 10 cents, and a nickel is 5 cents. So if you got any of those wrong, you'll get everything else wrong. So make sure that you get this right to start with. So adding and subtracting dollar amounts. Okay, remember to regroup. That's really, really, really important. So $72.86 minus $36.34. Well, we easily just do this. Like this. 6 minus 4 is going to be what? It is going to be, or is that 39? It might be 39 actually. Well, we'll do it as 39 instead. So 6 minus 9 is going to be 7, right? Oh, it's actually not possible. Sorry. It's not possible. What we have to first do is we have to borrow from here. We take this a 7, and then we bring the 1 over here, right, to make this 16, and then it's 7. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. And then the 3 minus the 7 is going to be 4. So we get 47. We put the decimal here in the same place. 2 minus 6, you can't do that. So you take 1 from here. So you make this a 6. You make this 12. So 12 minus 6 is going to leave you with 6. 6 minus 3 is 3, and there you have your answer. Okay, for adding, it's very much the same idea. 5 plus 4, 9, 8 plus 3. Here, we're going to have to regroup. So 8 plus 3 is 11. You put the 1 here, and you bring 1 up there. You put the decimal in the same place, right? The 1 carries over because that's 30. 30 cents plus 80 cents, which gives you 110 cents. And you convert one of the 100 cents into a dollar and put it in the dollar row. So we have $4 plus $5, which is $9, and plus this extra dollar is $10. So you put a 0 here, and again, you're carrying it over because $10, the $10 will go over here. 3 plus 6 is 9, plus this extra 1 is actually 10. So in this case, because it's the end of it, you can just put the 10 here, and that's your answer. If you got these wrong, check your work over here. Maybe have a parent take a look at that. Rounding, we're just going to do the first two. Rounding, you remember, you look at the number you're rounding to. We're rounding to the nearest whole number, so that's 7 here. You look to the number directly to the right of your number, and you see, is this number here 5 or greater or less than 5? In our case here with 9, we are going to say that this is greater than 5, or 5 and greater, and so we're going to round up, right? And this goes to 8. And just as a quick reminder, right? 7, what we're asking here is this closer to 7 or to 8, right? And so we're saying it is closer to 8, in fact, rather than 7. Now, way back when, I remember some people would sometimes round all the way back to 6. Remember, that is not what you're doing. You're rounding to the nearest whole number here. So you're either dealing with 7 or with 8. 6 is not in the question, right? 6.3, again, you're asking a question. Which one you're rounding to? You're rounding to the 6, the whole number. You look over here and you ask, is this 3 greater than 5 and greater, or less than 5? In the case of a 3, we know that it's less than 5, and so you round down to a nice healthy 6. If you got either of these wrong, check the rest of them. Okay, the example here I think gives it away. I'm just going to explain the example, and then you can hopefully have achieved these. So 93.32 plus 4.69. What it's asking you to do is round to the nearest tenth this time. So the tenths are here and here. And so you're deciding whether it's going to be 6 or 7 or 3 or 4 tenths. Right, so you look at the number over here. You have 2 hundredths. So this means you're going to round down because 2 is smaller than 5, right? So you round down. Now over here, which will just leave you with 3. Now in this one, you are going to look at this number, and 9 is greater than 5, and so you round up, putting you at 7, right? So you've rounded up to 7, and then you're just adding these together to get your answer. Feel free to use this space over here. Multiplying and dividing by 100. Well, so when we multiply by 100, as you did in your worksheets or your workbooks, you learned that you are growing each number by a place value. So 6 times 10 is actually 60, right? And 30 times 10 is 300, right? So 300, so if it was just 36 times 10, it would be 360, right? And you see that in your end result number, you are basically, what's happened is you've moved this number to here and this number to there. And now in our case, we have 36.8 times 10. And so basically what happens is you move this one to there, this one over to here, and this one to there, and you get this and then 0.0, but you don't need to have that. So that's what actually is going on, right? Each of these numbers is growing bigger, right? The 6 ones become 6 tens, the 3 tens become 3 hundreds, the 8 tenths become 8 ones, right? And that's how it is working. Now, the easy way to remember what you have to do, right, is that if you're multiplying, you are moving the decimal to the right, right? You're moving the decimal, and the way you know how many times is by the amount of zeros. So in this case, you're moving the decimal one place to the right, and it gives you 368. In this case here, you're moving 2 places to the right, so it hops like so, giving you 789. And this one, it is going to be divided by 10. So when you divide by 10, everything actually gets smaller, and this decimal jumps 1 here, so it goes to 0.728, with the 8s being thousandths. Okay, perfect. So now we can quickly take a look at some of these word problems. We're not going to go through them all. We'll just do this one. Ragnar wants to buy a new war axe and a shield for the invasion of England. An axe costs $32.78, and a shield costs $29.68. Ragnar has $60. Does he have enough money? So basically all you have to do here is add this plus this and see if he has $60. So, right, 32.78, and remember these are dollars, 29.68, right? I guess Vikings like to have 8s at the end. 8 plus 8 is 16. right? So you drag it over. 7 plus 6 is 13, plus 1 extra will be 14. Drag that over, right? You put the decimal here. 2 plus 9 is 11, plus another 1 is 12. You drag the 1 over, right? 3 plus 2 is 5, and the extra 1 makes it 6. So $62.46. What you're just checking here is, does $60 cover that? Would you be able to buy that? No, because this number is greater. The next questions are very similar in size, and if you have any questions, you can just email me, right? This one here, I noticed I made a mistake. Hurricane was flying a hurricane, and then I should have said and crashed in North Italy, and then this one I could have maybe said guns, but whatever. A German flak, probably more than just one flak. It was by a flak gun. But anyways, this guy's an interesting character. South Africans might know him a little bit better. He's got a bit of controversy about him, but he's an interesting character considering his story in World War II and flying with the Air Force, and he was quite well known at that time for his bravery, and so later he gets to be known as a bit more controversial, but anyways, that's besides the point for this little story that I just figured up here. Okay, perfect. I hope that helped you guys, and that will prepare you for the test. Remember, when you do a word question, just to read through it. A lot of stuff, right, is extra. You don't need it. It's funny because I just did a language one. But yeah, with math, a lot of this is just extra stuff. The real question, if you see here, is just this, and the important information is that, and that, and the 2 days, right? So he does this a day, 2 days, right? So it's basically 2 times 28.56, but then we're just checking here, right, is right over here. Okay, anyways, yeah, we're just comparing those two. So I hope you figured some things out there and that helped you. If not, well, I don't know what to tell you then. But okay, goodbye, ciao.